welcome back. I'm gonna try to stop saying welcome back so much after a checkpoint, but you're not gonna see those fails. It'll be a pleasant viewing experience for you. Okay. See what I mean? So many ghosts. And everything is so underpowered in Halo 2, man. Everything feels underpowered. Like, if this were the Halo 3 sandbox and on, the tank would just destroy these ghosts like that with a direct hit, but you think you get a direct hit and nope. That's the one thing about Halo 2, bro. Oh man, so at work I bought these awesome protein bars from Cliff. You know those Cliff protein bars? And it's like this chocolate mint mix. I had one for lunch earlier today, but I bought like 6 of them for myself after work. They taste like the heavens, man. I'm telling you, they taste like the heavens. It's like angels, totally like just incarnated into a protein bar, and it's like the taste bud. It's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's so awesome and refreshing. I think of Enya. Yes, the singer Enya when I eat one of these protein bars. Chocolate mint. Like, listen to Orinoco flow and just, like, relax. Oh, man.
Careful, we're coming up on another structure.
Is this a little weird for you? I don't know. This is who I am. I'm sorry. You know, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't see a lot of people being themselves, you know. Ooh, look at that. New school. I was in old school all that time, and I didn't even realize it. New school looks... I'll be honest. New school, this particular area reminds me of Counter-Strike for some reason. I'm liking it. Counter-Strike type lighting. It looks very, very atmospheric. I like it. Okay. But it is harder to see a lot of things, and I've said it before. I said it on Metropolis that New School kind of makes it harder to see certain elements of the game. So for a lot of you old school Halo players, you might play a lot in old school, and you might switch to New School just to see what it looks like, but then you'll switch back to old school. I forget what I was saying though. Oh yeah, a lot of people aren't themselves, you know. They like to copy other things. And me, I just mentioned freaking Enya and Orinoco Flow, which is the most relaxing song ever. It makes me feel like it makes me feel a cool breeze whenever I listen to it, even if I'm in the midst of summer, you know. In the midst of summer, I can listen to that song and it's like a cool breeze. And I don't know how to describe it. It's I'm trying to concentrate on these ghosts. If I were to write down my thoughts, or if I would have had more time to think and I'm not playing a legendary Halo game, I would definitely be much more articulate in my description of Enya and Orinoco Flow, which is my favorite song from her. I guess the Celtic, I forget what the Celtic group that did a cover of it is, but I still like Enya's original. Oh man. Enough about Enya though. Like any Halo player listens to Enya other than me, right? I don't know, I have a wide array of music interests. In 2006, it was primarily, well, let me go through my musical interest history. For most of my life, it was Michael Jackson. Well, most of my younger life, I should say. The only album I had for most of my younger years, oh geez, I'm smoking, was Thriller. The only album I had was Thriller, and pretty much in my younger formidable years, like, I want to say from 4 to 8, that was the only album I had. And I thought he was the only artist ever, right? Even though I listened to other songs, he was the only album I have. I'm not as big of a Michael Jackson fan now, and now that I've grown up. I still like a lot. Matter of fact, I like more of his low-key songs. Matter of fact, I think Invincible, and this is just my personal opinion, but I think Invincible, his 2001 album, I want to say, 2000 album, is probably my favorite album, even though he has Bad, Dangerous, Thriller. I like a lot of his lower-key songs better than his hits, right? But I'm not as big of a Michael Jackson fan as I was. But that was my younger years. Then around the noughties, I didn't even know it was called noughties. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but the year 2000, right? And from year 2000 until 2006.
They're all pouring out of the middle.
Okay, Cortana. Year 2000 to the year 2006. I listened to pretty much... No, 2005, excuse me. I listened to mainstream rap. I'm talking 50 Cent, all that stuff, you know. I thought I was cool, hip, and I was one of those guys that... I don't know, I tried to talk different, you know. I was like, yo, man, what it is, man? You know, I tried to speak that way, but I realized it wasn't me, so... But around 2006 is when I created my Times Rhymes YouTube channel, and that's when I got the... 2005, I had the Times Rhymes name with MySpace, because I finally created a MySpace to see what was so popular about it. But I created the Times Rhymes channel in, I believe, 2006.
Hold up in the middle of this structure.
And
clear them out.
I start my first foray into other music was A Tribe Called Quest in 2006, and my first song I listened to by them was Check the Rhyme. And so I started listening to everything A Tribe Called Quest. And so I became more of an old-school hip-hop head than a mainstream rap listener. And I really started to despise mainstream rap because it's just so lackadaisical in anything intelligent, you know? It's just basic beats, basic rhymes. It's really ridiculous. So I'm still a fan of old-school hip-hop, but from 2006 until 2008, I really listened to a lot of old-school hip-hop, like MC Shan, Maestro Fresh West, De La Soul, pretty much a lot of old-school guys, right?
Chief, fire on that.
And then from 2000, I want to say 2010 onwards until now, and this is pretty much who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. I departed into other genres of music, so punk rock, jazz, whatever, you know. I pretty much listen to anything now except for country. I'll admit I'm not a country head. Country's not my thing. I'm sure there are some decent country songs out there, but I'll pretty much listen to anything other than country. And this is how we get from Enya and Orinoco Flow to this. I go off on many tangents, man. Yeah. There's pretty much not much going on in the game right now, so I can pretty much do this. But it will get hectic in a bit. It will get hectic in a bit. So, excuse me, I just kind of burped. I don't know if I'm going to cut that out, but yeah. So I just watched Constantine, the newest episode of Constantine, the TV show. And Martinez from The Walking Dead was in it. He played a guy named Hugo. You know Martinez, the one the governor killed with a golf club? Oh man, that was just brutal. But he was in it, and he played a guy named Hugo, so it was actually kind of cool.
Your loss.
But it was a good... Constantine is a good show, but apparently there's this hashtag that... Hashtag save Constantine, so I didn't even know it was in dire straits, man. But yeah, save that daggone show because it's a good show. So is Hannibal. I can't wait for that to come back. Hannibal, The Following. I love a lot of these shows, man. Okay, I'm gonna start talking again. Because I've died here a few times. But I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, but I don't have an affinity for these shows like most people do. Most people develop an affinity, a certain affinity, wink wink, not certain affinity that develop a lot of stuff for Halo multiplayer. But in the actual term of the word usage of the words, a lot of people develop a certain affinity for entertainment and all that. I'm not too attached to actors or actresses. It's kind of I'll give you my thoughts on that stuff in a, I don't know, when I have time, when I can formulate the proper words to describe accurately what I'm trying to think of, or what I'm thinking of, but saying it out loud is a different beast. Oh yeah, but I don't know, it's just kind of, if you've ever seen B-roll footage of a movie, and B-roll footage is kind of like just behind the scenes sort of stuff without special effects. Like, I watched the B-roll footage of Guardians of the Galaxy. It really is telling how most of society idolizes these actors and actresses. Now, granted, it does seem like a lot of fun and stuff, but it really is so tame. The people who deserve a lot of the credit are the special effects people, man, because they make the actors and actresses look good. If you watch B-roll footage of a movie, it'll make what's actually happening look so freaking dull, man. But yet we idolize these actors and actresses for changing emotions in front of a camera, reciting someone else's lines, reciting lines someone else wrote.
You always bring me to such nice
And then we pay the popular ones millions of dollars to do it, you know? Our priorities are messed up, dude, I'm telling you. I don't know if it's the truth, but I read that Keanu Reeves made all the people who worked on the Matrix special effects millionaires. If that is true, that is awesome because they deserve it. I don't really know if, I don't know. It's just kind of that our priorities are messed up. As a society, as a human race, we've kind of idealized entertainment from beginning of time, really. Well, not necessarily beginning time, but ancient times. Okay, welcome back. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, we've idealized entertainment. I mean, just go back to the gladiator ages, man. Or heck, ancient Rome and their sort of duels in the arena, right? It's just that a lot of people paid top dollar for the time, and not necessarily dollar, because obviously the dollar wasn't a currency back then, but you know what I mean. A lot of people paid top dollar just to get into these events. Now, the athletes weren't compensated well then, but, and matter of fact, they were trying to struggle for their freedom, right? They got paid, but very little. And so, but we've always sort of idealized entertainment, and people would pay top dollar to see Shakespeare's latest play when he was in his prime. So it's just a sad axiom of life that we've always valued entertainment, and now we value it so much that we pay the top people, whether it's sports or acting or music, we pay the top people in those fields millions of dollars to do it. It's crazy. I can trivialize pretty much anything, if you didn't get that by now. Okay. I think we're almost done with this level too, so not too much longer to go. I don't know. There's not really much strat to go over. This is kind of...
Good. Still no word about in amber clad on the Covenant.
This has kind of been easy peasy, so...
It's odd. The Covenant know we made landfall, but they don't seem to consider us a very serious threat. Boy, are they in for a big surprise.
Okay, funny thing, you're not gonna see it. I cut it at the checkpoint, but I tried shooting one of the jackal snipers that's walking up on top there, and then the other one just like, nah, I'm gonna snipe you. That one right there, that jerk. I sniped his buddy on the other side, and then he's just like, nope.
Watch yourself. Honor guards.
Honor guards. This is gonna be tough to edit, man. I'm telling you. I've died in this room a few times, but you're not gonna see that. It's gonna look awesome. It's gonna look seamless. Oh. Come on, mister. I'll stick you. I'll stick you. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That sounded totally weird. There we are. So, we'll see you next time when we play Regret. No cutscene to end this one. Bye.